All right, we are live, sir. So thank you for joining me today on Facebook. It's a pleasure to see you again. Though we just saw each other a few minutes ago on our weekly affiliate call. I really like today's topic, what we talked about. Always good leadership advice, sir. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being here today. And thanks also, the big thanks for being one of the speakers for the Takedown Confidence Summit. You had an invaluable input. I really love the history. I love, and you sent an awesome takedown video that our all access pass holders will get to check out. So, to our audience right now, I just want to let you know the Takedown Confidence Summit is this week, the 18th, 19th, and 20th. You can register for free right now. I'll post the link in the comments here. I think I have it right here. Let me see. I sure do. So I'm going to post that in the comments right now. So you can click on that link and go register for free. And you can, on that summit, there's 30 speakers. You can see the little, the picture there in the link. And Master Carlos Machado is one of those 30 speakers. And all of the speakers, our topic is how to build confidence with your takedowns. There's an area lacking sometimes in some BJJ communities. I think that for different reasons, and that I'll leave to the speakers to clarify when you watch the summit. But that's one of the things that we talked about was why there's a deficit there sometimes, and how to overcome that problem as far as overcoming hesitation or anxiety or things like that. So and that is the discussion in the summit. So if you want to find out more about that, then make sure you tune into the summit for free. There is an all access pass option, which is now, since it's the week of the summit, has gone up to $67. But it's still an incredible value because you get lifetime access to all of the interviews. You get a transcript of all the interviews. You get an MP3 audio version of all the interviews if you want to listen to it like a podcast while you're on the go or working out or something like that. And you also get, what's really super cool is a takedown video instructional from each of the speakers, which is pretty amazing in itself. So that's 30 takedown videos plus all the other stuff that you get with it for $67, which is the price that you would pay for, a DVD, and probably a quarter of the price of what you'd pay to go to a seminar. And in this case, you have 30 instructors all in one spot. So this is just amazing. You get the insight from all the instructors, plus you get them teaching you techniques at the same time. So Master Carlos Machado, real quick, for our audience, a couple things I wanted to ask you. Number one was, why did you feel this was a worthy project for you to get involved with? You have a lot of irons in the fire. You're doing a lot of stuff all the time. And I really appreciate you took the time to participate in this summit as a speaker, and as you contributed with the takedown video, and now you're here on Facebook Live with me. So what was the value in it that you saw?
Of course, Mr. Larry, I always enjoyed watching you break down the techniques of judo with a jiu-jitsu perspective, since you have both sides covered. And so I always was intrigued and interested in having that feedback. And when you came with the idea of doing a summit, inviting great instructors with different feedbacks to just add more to the pot, I'm a learner of the art. I'll always be a student of the art. So for a personal choice, I would check it out and I would follow it, and I'm eager to see it just for my own selfish reasons. Okay. I feel the public at large, especially if you're a practitioner of BJJ, and as a matter of fact, for anybody of any style, judo is a very strong component of jiu-jitsu, and I think having the multiple feedback of accomplished instructors in the format that you devised for this particular summit makes it digestible for the average person, even if they are not experts in a discipline or another. I think too it gives them a vantage point because they're learning from people that have a high level of expertise, many of them in the particular aspect of grappling on the takedown. And I feel nowadays a lot of times people have to buy individual sets from one person on another, and then they have to kind of make somewhat of a puzzle of their own, adding the pieces together, and you have the diligence to do that beforehand. So what you're offering your viewers is kind of like a lot of work already put into place to
Yeah.
make easily accessible in a way that I feel their learning will be benefited tremendously. Not just the content, which is a high level, but the broken down approach in which you took the time to work for. So that way, I feel the audience is going to have a better of the two. You know, a good content in an amazing format, and I also feel the fact that you took the time to get an amazing group of instructors, all individually experts in their own right, giving their time and lending their knowledge in a contributive manner that made something that could be of a certain magnitude way beyond what I've seen happening before. You know what I'm saying? So it's an outside the box kind of approach, what you chose. You showed your humility that besides the fact that you have the knowledge in itself from being an accomplished judo instructor and also one of my jiu-jitsu black belts, you didn't take that as just the only options for them. You wanted to go far and beyond or anything that you already have to offer. And I commend you for that. I feel it's quite interesting. And I feel, too, the fact that you offer us the opportunity not just to share techniques, but our mindset, our thought process, how we look at martial arts, how we look at takedowns in particular with our, specific background. In my case, BJJ. And I feel it also feels the need that many BJJ schools have, in which they emphasize, as you know, jiu-jitsu is an Iwaza approach, is mainly on the ground. So you kind of demystify for some of those that are more narrow in their thought process, um, what it takes for them to actually be exposed and learn effective ways to improve their takedowns. So I would say it's an amazing opportunity for many people if they take the time, and I feel the value. My gosh, for $67 you can get nothing these days, and getting all that from 30 great minds. I appreciate your work, sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. And I would have to say that part of what inspired me to do this was the fact that when I come to the Carlos Machado Jiu-Jitsu affiliate camps, when we go there, you've given me the opportunity to share some of these takedowns and blending the judo and jiu-jitsu together with our other affiliate members, which is amazing. And the reception that, the feedback and everything that I've gotten from everybody there was so positive, and I guess like a hunger for more too, like, hey, well, we want more of this stuff. And I love to share that, and I love to learn from them, and I love the symbiotic relationship that we have there with all of our affiliates. But it motivated me in the sense, like, you know what, there's a lot of other people out there that aren't, that are part of the affiliation and not part of the affiliation, who there's a need there, for this blending, this merging of techniques. And it's not just, we don't just have judo for jiu-jitsu on this summit. There's wrestlers, there's sambists, there's a group of people that all have had some kind of mixture of takedowns with their jiu-jitsu experience, and that's kind of what they're talking about to the viewers. And so I think it's a really, really fantastic thing that we were able to pull that together. I just think the affiliate training is really what inspired me, because seeing all the good minds that come together, all the great minds and instructors that come together there. And I thought, man, if we could just bring a bunch of people together like that and share it with everybody else the online is the easiest way for us to do it, to reach as many people as possible. And so I thought that's what inspired me. So thank you for that, because that's kind of where this idea came from. So another question for you, sir, is, when to our viewers in particular, why do you think this would be a good thing for them to tune into? I mean, it's whether, I've always said that this is good from beginner all the way up to coach. And so what's your take on that?
All right, so like I said, you want to have a picture that's wholesome and complete. And takedown is an integral part of martial arts. You know, we start on our feet. I think not knowing takedowns limits your possibilities and it makes you vulnerable as well. Okay, so I think jiu-jitsu in particular, you can take a lazy approach or be a guard puller and just play from the bottom because we have a lot of options and resources fighting from that position. But I've seen even in my times when I used to compete, the guys that had good takedowns, usually they fared really well in tournaments because they're already with an advantage from the start, you know, by scoring the points and things like that. And if they had even just an average knowledge of jiu-jitsu with a good takedown game, they were able to actually capitalize a lot on the tournament scenario. So that intrigued me a little bit. The other part was, of course, the self-defense. You know, you want to be in a position that you have the choices available to you, and I also uh, believe that if you know takedowns, you also develop the idea how to defend better against it. And also, in case you do get taken down, judo teaches plenty of options how you can protect your body as you have the impact on the ground, you know, how you break falls and things like that. So for me, it has all the different areas that I worry about covered in a way that it makes the system complete. So you shouldn't leave takedown aside, and you should take in consideration that it's important for you to know it for your own sake in two ways. One, you're capable of more options, and secondly, you're capable of handling against takedowns if you know already how to do them. So that's kind of like how I view it. I think the summit, if I was to just emphasize that, it gives you leverage to bring different facets of the grappling arts, like you mentioned, sambo, wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu, and judo with a specific mindset for jiu-jitsu, an insider's perspective. So you have a comprehensive approach. I think in terms of the breakdown, you had such an amazing group of instructors, all very accomplished, not only in the technique they teach, but in how they break down the techniques that I
Mhm.
anticipate students of all levels, whether you're a novice or an advanced student, you're going to benefit tremendously of all the different opportunities to enhance your takedown game with this opportunity at hand.
Yeah, definitely. I so agree with you on all of that. And then one of the things also that I've been pointing out lately is, you know, I had the privilege of doing all the interviews and listening to everybody. And then when going through the editing process, I got to listen to everybody again. And then editing, you know, because there's transcripts available. So we edited, you know, we go through the transcripts and make sure everything is like it's supposed to be. And so you know, multiple times I got to listen to each one of the speakers, and from an instructor's point of view, I'm always looking for more ways to explain things to my students, more anecdotes and metaphors and way, you know, different ways of just different methods of explaining. And so when I listen to all the other trainers, when I listen to all the coaches and instructors kind of give their take on things, there were lots of parallels, lots of things where we all kind of saw the same direction and kind of taught maybe in similar methods. But then occasionally from each of the instructors, there'd be a little nugget of information here and there that I never thought of it that way, or I never thought to
Yeah,
explain it that way, right? Or I didn't think that was, I didn't realize until now that was an important piece, right? So lots of these little things that happened from, you know, from an instructor's point of view, listening to these things. So I really recommend it's good for instructors as well. So,
sure.
yeah. And I'm, like I said, I'm always looking for, um, you know, we look to improve ourselves in our jiu-jitsu skills all the time. We look to constantly improve there. But I think as an
Mhm.
instructor, we owe it to our students to constantly improve how we teach, right? We should always be growing in that area too. So I think this is a good method for that as well.
Awesome.
So thank you, sir. I want to tell our audience again one more time how to get on the summit. So it's the The link is posted in the comments here. I will probably post it again because we've got a few people chatting with us right now. I'll read through those in just a second too. But so you go to the Takedown Confidence Summit and register for free. The all access pass is $67 right now. By the way, it goes up during the summit. If you wait until the summit starts and you register for the all access pass, it actually costs a little bit more. So the best time to do it is right now. $67 gets you lifetime access to 30 interviews with great instructors. You get transcripts of those interviews, MP3 audios of those interviews. I think there's some more stuff in there too, but what really gets me excited is the takedown instructional videos that everybody filmed. That's also part of that. So if you want that, go and register and do the all access pass. If you have time to just watch the videos and that's all you want to do, then go register for free and watch the Takedown Summit on November 18th, 19th, and 20th. The way that works is there's 10 interviews posted per day. So on the 18th, there'll be 10 interviews posted. After the 24 hours is up on that first day, those interviews go away. And then day 2 interviews, 10 more interviews are posted for that day. And when that's done, those go away, and then you got the 3rd day, and then we're done. So if you have time to watch those and you want to do it for free, go for it. If you feel like you want to purchase the all access pass, because there's a lot of content, you guys, there's a ton of stuff in there that's just amazing information. So be sure to check it out. Master Carlos, thank you again for being on here with me. Real quick, I just want to read through some of the messages here. We've got some people on here with us. I think Olga's been on here kind of moderating for us a little bit. So she said hi to you and hi to Professor Kim Blake is on here. Professor Kim Blake is also one of our speakers on the summit. So be sure to check her interview out. She is she just competed in the Masters Worlds, I believe, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she won. I think was a couple years ago. She won at brown belt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, Damien Glasheen is on here. He's our friend from the UK, another one of the Machado affiliates. I actually had opportunity in 2019 to go visit his academy and teach a seminar there, and great group of students. And of course, he's a great instructor himself. Let's see. My sister-in-law Paulina says hello from Medford, Oregon. Let's see, we've got, who else we got on here? Oh, Mark Kukro is on here. He's also one of our speakers. He says hello. So hello, Mark. Thanks for joining us. And let's see, I think that might be, oh, Jed Lewis is on here. Hello, Jed. He's another one of the Machado affiliates. Good to see you on here. Let's see, scrolling through here. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, thank you guys for coming on here and commenting, and I hope that you guys all go and check out the, I know some of you are already registered for the summit, so be sure to get on there. Hey, Aaron Connor's on there. Hi, how are you doing? Good. Looking forward to seeing you there, registering for the summit as well. So thank you again, sir. I'm going to let you go because I know we have, both of us have limited time today. So, but I appreciate you getting on here with me and taking the time to do this and for being part of the summit in general. Thank you, sir, so much.
My honor. Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Have a great day, sir. Bye-bye.
You too.